Hi, Lovely Tank here, owner of Lovlee Art Studios, here with a brief video tutorial on how to make clay critters and dragon eggs, or what I like to call them fantasy eggs or fairy eggs, something along those lines. Something fun because they have jewels in them. So I'm just going to give you some key tips when you're creating this jeweled egg creation. You have your clay. There are probably 2 portions of clay in your kit. One portion has a smaller amount in it, potentially, and the other one might have clay in a bag, or maybe it's all in a bag, but you can decide how large you want to have your clay egg be. So you might want to make it smaller, you might want to make it larger, you may want to do multiple colors, but it's totally up to you. The format and the instructions that I'm going to give fit any size egg that you decide to do. My encouragement is, as you are creating your egg, you want to try to keep it smooth as you're shaping it. Mine is not a perfect egg shape, but it's close to it. You'll notice that it is a little bit flat on the ends because sometimes you got to kind of hold it steady while you're pushing your jewels in. One key thing with air dry clay, and probably any type of clay, but specifically with air dry clay, is that if you are putting jewels or anything that you are trying to stick on it, you want to make sure that you really get it pushed into the clay, and that's called embedding. So you really want to make sure that you push it in with a firm push so that it gets all the way embedded inside of the clay. And the reason for that is once it dries, you do not want your jewels and your gems to flake off. So you want to make sure that they'll be sturdy and strong inside of that egg when it's all dry. The other thing that I like to do is paint before even embedding the jewels. I like to paint my clay creations first. Now what you'll find is that, so as I was saying, I like to paint my creations first before they dry. You can also wait, but particularly in this case, since we are wanting to also embed little jewels into our project, it's good to paint it first and then embed the jewels that you have in whatever type of design or order that you want it to be. The final thing that I did, my little girl's in the background, what I also did was I used the tip of my paintbrush to kind of etch in little designs on this particular egg before it dried. So I had my I painted it first, put my jewels in place, and then I took my paintbrush and I kind of etched in fun designs. And then you just let it dry, and then it dries hard. So you can hear that it dries hard. One other tip that I found was helpful with this is I had let me see if I have one here. Let's see, I had the lid of a water bottle and I used the lid to hold the egg, and that's what helped it to kind of stand steady while it dried at night. Alright, so that's one helpful tip. Now the other project is the clay critter project, and this one you can create whatever type of clay critter that you like. The goal with this particular project is that you are creating like a pen or a pencil holder that you could kind of put on your desk, or maybe even you can give it as a gift. So what I suggest is, depending on what you decide to create, you want to make sure that you have the size pen or pencil that you'll be using present so that you can stick it inside of the clay and make the holes big enough so that it will hold the pencil that you want to use for it as a holder. So this one I kind of made like a swan. You can make whatever you want. This one, I don't even know what kind of creature this is. I just decided to make like a fun nose. And the jewels that I had left over from this project, I used as my eyes. You can maybe use googly eyes if they're there in your kit. But I chose to make this with 4 holes and also this one with 4 holes. But again, depending on the size that you want to make your critter or your egg, that will determine how much clay you have left over for the other project. Or you can make 3 things. So we have this little egg here. We have this little clay critter here. And we also have this one here, which is kind of like a swan. All right, I hope that's helpful. I can't wait to see what you create. And this is Lovely Tang. I'll talk to you soon. All right, bye-bye.